the stock which we are going to talk right now is about Mother-Son Sumi. So Mother-Son Sumi has a recent fall. So I was bullish on this when it was at 83 and then it fell down, and still I was there in that position. I mean, literally a future full position, and I was sitting tight with this position, and now it is in this, and now I'm becoming bearish on this. So hear me out on why it is so. So if you see here, Madan Satsumi fall was because of the Japanese entity has sold a lot of stock in the position, and so I have become, a little bit worried that it would go down further, but there were buyers and there were banks which bought it, and the stock went up. Now, what is my main worry is it is in a no confirmation zone. That is, I don't know whether it is going to go up or down, but I was actually neutral till in this expiry. The next expiry, I'm going to be bearish, a little bearish on this, and based on the move, I'll take that. But again, the main thing which we have to consider here is the 200-day EMA, which it didn't break even today. And if we see this, this is what is standing this week. So if this is broken and then it is again turning to a bullish trade, then I'll be taking it. So if you're seeing it is going to turn into a bullish one, now fundamentally the stock is really good and it is available in a good valuation zone, is what I feel. Again, let's see, the P ratio looks high for this, but it is an automobile stock. The P ratio is usually not the only factor which we look at. And if you see historically, 10 years one, it is always at the median of 60. Now it is down to 50, right? And now if you see price to sales are dropped, and it was always at 4, now it is at 3.5. And if you see PB, even in PB, it was at a higher of 22.1, now it is at 18. So it is actually bullish by this. But if you see the red and other things have reduced, the main thing is ROCE, return on capital employed. So if we see this, this is where it is getting down. So it is going down from 60% to 50%. This is not something which we have to consider as a lot, because even 50% is a huge percentage. But ROE has been dropping down, but the profit margins are dropping down. So mostly the trade is going in a negative direction. So the latest ones are going in not in a favor of the company. And if you see the remaining metrics, the investors who are the shareholders of the company selling, the promoters of the company selling the own stake is somewhat in a, gives a negative impression, but ultimately they are FIIs, and they are Japanese investors who are there, and they wanted the dilution because of the recession, and they want to improve other things which they invested in, and they wanted to go out slowly. So they are going to sell further, and I think the price which is they are going to sell is here. That is, they have been selling since the price has gone up, and even before they have sold. But ultimately, I don't believe they'll be selling in a regular way. But if you're seeing the selling volume which has come is not the buying volume, and the buying volume has slowed down drastically, and then there'll be a momentum is negative. The momentum is not so strong that it will be down the resistance zone which is being formed here, which is 200 EM. So this is going to is telling me that don't be bullish on the stock right now. But fundamentally, I believe in this company, and I'll be holding in equity, but not in options and futures. So I am telling like this, where in options I'm bearish, but once I get it in another price, let's say 74 or something, I will enter this again. But I'm not extremely bearish here. Let's see how the positions are and how I'll modify the positions. So here our position in Mother-Son Sumi, if you see here, the position right now is something like this, if you see. So here we are going to be making money if it is bearish till 80, and this position already exists. So I'm not opinionating and giving my opinions based on the position which I already have, but not even on the max pain and other metrics, but only on based on the views of the EMA, where this is a strong resistance which has been there since almost 2022, and this EMA is almost not breaking. And even if it's breaking, right, it might be a false breakdown. So I have to be extremely cautious, because if you see, it has drastically tried to break this and then back to form, and again tried to break this and back to form. Now the main thing is it is trying to consolidate in this zone, but the consolidation is not yet being confirmed in a good way. So I am waiting for that confirmation to happen, and only then I'll be again drastically bullish on this. But I've made good money even in the downfall. I've made money, and even in the up move, I'm making money. So I don't know how I made money on the downfall and how I made money on the kickback. But if you see this move, right, this move is almost uh, 20% down, and 20% down. And if you see, this is more than up from there. 27%, 28% up and 20% down. I wonder how I made money on this trade, and I'll show you the logs later. But uh, let me see how I made money on this in the next video. Uh, Now, coming back to this stock, so I'm bearish right now. So let's say if it's really bearish tomorrow itself because of expiry, if Max Payne and people who are the operators who are operating it might get down, even if it's going up, I'll be not worried about this. I'll close this trade with a small loss. I don't care about this right now, because I've seen a lot this month where I am literally not so much into this trade, but I think mostly due to the operators, it might go down. But again, this is not what we have to see this month. We have to see the next month. So I am already bearish on this one. So to break this position, it has to cross almost this. But if you see, there are a lot of positions which are being opened here in this. So this is the largest OI position is what I think it is. So this OI is huge. So I think this will act as a resistance, but at the same time, I need to have some kind of uh, buy towards it. So I'll tomorrow the market once the market is going to close, I'll add a new position of this one. So I'll not be extremely bearish, but at least somewhat bullish on this. Once it goes down, I can actually purchase this at 73, something like that. One more. So this is how my trade looks for Mother-Son Sumi. So I'm actually bearish on Mother-Son Sumi. That's it.